All right, everyone. A very, very, very good morning. All right, right now it is 11:10 Indian Standard Time and 9:42 Dubai Standard Time. Before we get started, I want to make sure everyone is present in the group. Please make sure you have whatever is necessary to keep you focused, to keep you active, right? It's just the beginning of the day, right? So I hope people are in their best energy. I hope people are happy. I hope people have had a great night's sleep. All right. So make sure whatever is required for you to get through this current live trading session, make sure you have it close by, all right? Whether it is water, whether it is tea, coffee, pen, paper, pencil, whatever is required to take notes, or if you want your spouse or your sibling next to you to give you more confidence to look at this live streaming session, make sure they all are present. All right. Before we get started again, I need to make sure that a lot of people have been coming up with queries that Harsh, you are explaining so well. You are doing a marvelous job. You are doing a fantastic job. But but there is a question for them, and that is where they are like, Harsh, you are very fluent in English and we understand and we respect that, but हमें हिंदी ज़्यादा समझ में आती है, हमें इंग्लिश कम समझ में आती है, हिंदी ज़्यादा समझ में आती है। तो उन लोगों के लिए जो ये लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग सेशन देख रहे हैं, मैं उनको बोलना चाहता हूँ कि आप नीचे कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखिए। आप बताइए कि आपको या तो इंग्लिश में चाहिए कि मैं कंटेंट ज़्यादा शेयर करूँ या मैं हिंदी में भी ज़्यादा बात करूँ। तो प्लीज़ फॉर एवरीवन, इफ यू वांट मी टू कंटिन्यू इन इंग्लिश, please make sure I'm going to like either you can write down in the chat box by typing one in the comment box. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको इंग्लिश कम समझ में आती है और मैं हिंदी में ज़्यादा बात करूँ, तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स, जो चैट बॉक्स आपको दिख रहा है, वहाँ पे आप नंबर 2 टाइप कीजिए। सो राइट, बहुत ज़रूरी है ताकि मैं लोगों को समझा पाऊँ। Remember, we are here as a community. As and how we're going to have more people joining in, we have to make sure that we can cater to each and every one of you out there. All right, so I hope everyone is ready. We can see Sophia in the house. We can see Mr. Lee in our community. A very good morning, Sophia. A very good morning, Mr. Lee. I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep, and I hope you all are charged and ready for today's live streaming session. Remember, our live streaming session happens 5 times in a week, right? Right from Monday till Friday. And I make sure to provide you with 3 live streaming sessions, right? The first live streaming that is happening right now, when the market is up and running, once the Indian share market is up and running. The second live streaming session will happen almost an hour before the live market closes, all right? And third but not the least, we're going to have our live streaming session once the market has concluded for the day, and we will be talking a lot about the educational aspects. And since we have the US elections coming in, so we will be talking a lot about what the what the economy holds, how the US elections is going to affect the stock market, the Indian stock market, the US stock market, the dollar, the rupee. So we're going to discuss a lot, but that will be happening in the third live streaming session. All right, I hope let's get started. Sophia is writing the stock in the self-selection area. Very good. Yes, Sophia. So today we are going to have a different format, right? I always used to start talking about about the Nifty and the Sensex. We will talk about it, but let's start focusing on what we currently are offering you on the table, right? Like I always say, I can do the best explanation, but if people who are attending this live streaming session, they want to make sure that they are making money, right? So I want to make sure that we change our outline of how we are going to present the live streaming sessions from now onward, and let's be more focused towards making money. All right, before getting started, a quick introduction about myself. I am the one and only Harsh. I have 8 years of experience trading the financial markets, correct? I am more of a technical trader. I specialize in trading forex, correct? The foreign exchange. I trade commodities such as gold, silver, copper, platinum, etc. I even trade the US indices, correct? So we have the Dow Jones 30, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq 100. Currently, we are also looking at the Indian share market, the Indian indices, as well as the individual Indian shares. Being a technical trader, I mainly specialize in certain technical concepts such as supply demand, price action, order flow analysis, swing analysis, and the list goes on and on and on. Sophia is writing the positions added yesterday have started to generate profits. Yes, Sophia, we have recommended, I think, two trades on, I think, positions on two hot stocks that have been initially, made public to you. So we will talk more about it. All right. So here at Dolphin Markets, our main purpose is for you to come and see and analyze how our performance is. Over the last a month and a half. Very important to start with a clear. Understanding that our entire purpose is all right. I can give you a good amount of analysis, but our main motive over here is to provide you with our capabilities. We want you to test our capabilities to see for yourself how well we are able to, generate profits. And if we can do well in the Indian share market, which is only a small part of our business, imagine what we can do in the international markets. I hope people are able to understand. We are trying to stress on the fact that more than analysis, we are providing you with trading opportunities to make you money. All right. So quickly, as Sophia is asking, the positions added yesterday have started to generate profits. Correct, Sophia? So for people who remember and who have been active for the previous live streaming session, we have been focused on, remember, there are two kind of reports that we maintain. One report showcases our potential in terms of how much we have made in terms of profitability. Right, we do want to inform this, but at the same time we are also going to talk about the holdings. We have been providing you trades. Certain trade ideas have been provided at an earlier date for people who have taken those trades, and for because the market still is in a pessimistic, it's still in a bullish sentiment, so the markets are still retracing, correcting. So there are certain trades that we have provided in the past. We will make sure to go through all those trades to understand which trades are doing better, whether can we add additional positions to recover quickly and to make more profits, correct? Sophia is asking, can previous stock positions be added to average down? For people, this is a very important question. If people have taken trades, remember, we have trades approximately of around 14, correct? So around 14 trades are still running. Remember, again, I'm trying to differentiate between the two. We have our stock tracking that showcases the entire performance of the last 27 stocks that have been able to generate a profitability of 97%. But we also have trades which are currently running, so we are going to talk more about it. Yesterday, since the last week almost, the banking sector in the Indian share market has been doing better than average compared to the Nifty and the Sensex, correct? So we are providing you with, or we had provided you yesterday with two recommendations, that is for Muthoot Finance and RBL. Yes, these two trades were given on 10th and 14th of October respectively, but based on the charts, correct? We have found that since the banking and the IT sectors have been doing pretty well, right? So we're talking about Muthoot Finance and we're going to talk about RBL Bank. For people who have, listened to our analysis and have taken action based on what steps had to be done. So Sophia asked, can previous stock positions be added to average down? And I'm saying yes. If you have trading positions running and the price is going against, please understand, you're getting a price, you're getting a better price. You're getting a price at a discount. So for a company of Muthoot Finance, right? Let me quickly show you the sheet. We are talking about Muthoot Finance, all right? So make sure you are aware of the ticker symbol as well as the stock name, all right? Microfinance, correct? So we had provided you with an entry yesterday at around 200, right? 200, 202 area level. And currently, for people who have already started to take trades in this area, are already plus or minus sitting at a 2% appreciation approx. All right, so approx 2% appreciation. All right, so for people who have started, who are taking actions in terms of how we are, if people have taken trades based on our analysis, remember, the markets are based on probabilities. The markets do not run on certainties. I hope everyone is clear of that, correct? I'm going to make sure to do my best due diligence to make you understand in terms of, providing you with the best trading opportunities. But please bear in mind, the markets are eventually going to do what they want, what they are going to do. We want to, make sure that we have done our due diligence, we have done our analysis, and then we take a call in terms of what to do, correct? So I hope people are able to understand, and this is exactly how I tell. We provide you with trading opportunities, but make sure to keep attending all these sessions so that you can benefit and make money and see the potential that we as Dolphin Markets are able to bring to the table. So for Muthoot Finance, I hope people are able to understand. We had provided an entry one at around 222 area. Prices have not been, following our analysis, but nonetheless, the prices are correcting. The prices are correcting. So we are getting the prices at a discount, right? I hope people are able to understand. You're getting something which has been expensive previously, but right now it is cheaper, correct? So if something is cheaper, you tend to get what? You tend to get a better value. So I hope people are able to understand. And now with the current correction taking place, for people who have entered based on yesterday's stock recommendation are already sitting almost at a 2% appreciation. I mean 2% in almost 1 or 2 days, right? So it's a big accomplishment. Now coming to the next example, we're going to talk about RBL Bank. This is the second trading opportunity or hot stock recommendation that we had provided to you. Yes, our initial entry has been somewhere around the 14th of October. We had expected based on the due diligence that we had carried out as analysts. The prices have not been holding and have been having a bearish sentiment. Recently, yesterday we were talking about how a lot of people are going to cover, was short selling this particular RBL Bank stock. Short selling is when people are closing their shorts, to book profit. That is the reason now the prices are shifting from shorts to long, and we are making money on this particular trade which we had provided to you yesterday. Lee is asking, could you explain which sectors the rising stocks belong to? Which sectors are experiencing gains? So, Mr. Lee, currently we have the banking sector. Let me type it out. The banking, the financial services, and auto. Not just auto, but also fast moving consumer goods, FMCG, and auto. Let me just get it in the middle. I hope people are able to understand right now, as of now, the current sectors which are appreciating as of today has been the banking sector, the financial sector, the FMCG, and the auto sector, right? So currently with these sectors having a bullish momentum as per today, as per the current market conditions. And remember, these sectors, they do not shift instantly on a daily basis, because the companies are doing good, majority of the companies of a particular sector are doing good. That is how we start to, build positions. Nonetheless, for this current trading opportunity that was provided to you yesterday, we had given you an additional entry too at around 168 level for people who have listened to our trade ideas, who have been following. I hope Sophia has been following our hot stocks, and she has been making good amount of money. Sophia has been currently sitting at a 50% profitability. When we try to showcase that we are able to make 97, I'm pretty much sure that not each and everyone is following all our steps, correct? But nonetheless, as a whole, based from a practical perspective, even a 50% profitability in 1 month is phenomenal, correct? For people who have taken this trade, I hope people are making money, right? So we had given you an additional entry at around 165 area. Currently the price is right now sitting at a 6.20, uh positive value, right? So I hope people are able to understand. Yes, for people who have, I hope Sophia had taken the previous trade maybe at entry one, which was at around 200, right? But since people have added positions, provided where we have given you the recommendation to enter, to add a second trade, your average price falls down. Now that your average price falls down, that is the time when, the moment price starts to hit the average price, you will start to make money, right? So please keep in mind that these two current trades, which currently these sectors are performing well, are overperforming. So based on this, hopefully people are taking trades and are making money. Sophia is asking about Poonawalla. Let's look at Poonawalla. All right, so Poonawalla is another. Remember, as you can see over here, it is a FinCorp, right? So FinCorps are what? Financial corporation. So financial corporations fall under the financial services sector. Poonawalla Corp is also doing pretty well. We had not provided a trading opportunity because there was a strong fall in price. But nonetheless, as you can see, the prices are approaching entry. For people who are looking at Poonawalla, yes, Sophia, it is getting back to break even. So, I mean, we should have taken an additional trade somewhere over here and we would be making a lot of money on the upside, right? I mean, almost the price has moved by almost 30%. 30% price movement in 3 days, yeah? 30%. All right, the price has moved by almost 30%, right, in 3 days. So that is phenomenal, right? Now a lot of people who were skeptic in terms of the prices are just tanking down. Remember, the prices move in swings, right? So the price, what goes up also comes down. The price has to behave in a healthy manner. So the prices go up and the prices go down. That is entirely what price action is all about. And Sophia is writing, has there been any news recently? The stock market has been going up every day. It's not about going up every day, but yes, the bearish sentiment in terms of, we are going to show you that. Don't worry, Sophia, we're going to talk a lot about it. So overall, the bearish sentiment, right? As I keep, talking a lot about the geopolitical factors, but in terms of the FIIs and DIIs, the foreign institution investors and the domestic institution investors, currently, as you can see, and it's very important to showcase this, and that is this particular thing, which is in terms of the intensity at which the foreign institution investors have been reducing the intensity of pulling out funds from the economy. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last 5 days, based on the last couple of days, the intensity of pulling out funds has reduced, correct? Similarly, for even the domestic institution investors, the intensity of the domestic investment institutions flushing the economy with liquidity has been had been going up the last couple of days, but recently it has reduced. So the foreign institution investors are reducing the intensity, but at the same time, the domestic institution investors are also reducing the intensity. I hope people are understanding, right? Do not worry, there is so many things that we can talk about. Yes, we should have definitely looked for an opportunity on Poonawalla, but nonetheless, we have provided you opportunity on Muthoot Finance, Muthoot Microfinance, and we have provided you opportunity on RBL Bank, right? These two trades, I hope people have taken the time and energy to make sure that you are taking action, because only when you take action you can make money. All right, Our entire focus is on showcasing our performance, our credibility, and showcasing that we have performed over the last 1.5 month by providing a 97 profitability ratio, right? Now, Sophia also writes, several of my stocks are approaching my profit taking point. I'm just waiting patiently. Sophia, make sure as we keep talking about it in terms of, you know, like we had mentioned even about Hind oil. Remember, for Hind oil as well, we had provided you with an opportunity since prices were falling down to enter in around the areas of 192, right? So we had provided you entry at 192 area. Please bear in mind that the markets are improvising, right? The markets are changing every time the market moves. There is dynamic nature in the market. For people who have looked at Hind oil as well, please bear in mind that you are currently approaching the average price area. Average price area is the moment price enters the average price area, you have started to enter into the break even zone. You have recovered the losses of your previous running trades, and your the current low trade, the trade taken at the low entry area is making more money, so you can start to generate more profit. So please keep in mind on Hind oil. Yes, the moment price, achieves the 5 to 6% profit taking area, we will make sure to notify you. Do not worry for people who are like, but please inform us, please provide us with the details. Do not worry, everyone. When Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, correct? So we are going to make sure that my team of assistants will provide you with the reminders, will the notification the moment price starts to hit the 5% target, correct? I hope people are understanding. So Hind oil, remember, this is an oil exploration company. So as per Lee, which he had mentioned, which sectors are doing well, and the auto, the banking, the financial institutions, and FMCG products sectors are doing phenomenal as of today, correct? Now, based on those sectors, since we already have positions, which have been listed previously, we are trying to check for potentials, right? Remember, we might be talking a lot about technical analysis, but a lot of people come back to me and inform that, Harsh, you are very good in, technical analysis, but what about fundamental analysis? And that is exactly where I want to showcase you a website, a very important website, and that is called as Ticker Tape. I'm sure a lot of you might not be aware. We have been using Screener, right? I hope people are aware of Screener, correct? So we have been using Screener, where if you input, for example, we were talking about Poonawalla, correct? So if you put Poonawalla, we do get the details about what is the PE ratio, ROC, what is the dividend yield. But at the same time, I feel that another better app or website is called as tickertape.in. All right, make sure when a company is performing, we listen, we as analysts, we want to make sure that we can understand the best of both worlds, correct? Me being more of a technical trader, I understand more of technicality, but I understand as a whole consensus. It is my responsibility to provide you with financial analysis as well, right? Fundamental analysis, how the company is showcasing its performance based on the past couple of quarters, right? In terms of its balance sheet ratios, in terms of its cash flow, how are the numbers performing? Remember, when we start to look at any particular company, right? This particular web page, as you can see, has been phenomenal in terms of providing you how is the valuation of the company. And definitely, if you want to like get all the benefits of this particular website, you can go and log in, or you can go pro, right? It's a small subscription fee. You can check the details in the link, and get more information about it. Even the basic web page is more than enough as well. All right, remember, now we're going to talk a lot about how is the PE ratios, how are the PB ratios, how are the debt ratios, the current ratios. Then we're going to come into the cash flows to understand how is How about the total assets? Remember, for any company to function, to to generate profits, to be consistent, you have to make sure that the two most important aspects of any cash flow statements are what? Liabilities and assets, correct? The assets have to keep increasing of a particular company, and the liabilities have to reduce. So we are going to look at a lot of details. We are going to look at even some of the financials when it comes to how the company is performing over the year, and how we want to make sure that the numbers based on in terms of cash flow, how much cash the company is able to reserve or retain, because the more cash it has, the more the company is able to provide trust to customers that yes, we have cash for day-to-day operations. We have cash to make sure that we can sustain the company, correct? And at the same time, the expenditures, no matter even if they're increasing, but we want to make sure in terms of revenue profits, that is increasing more than the expenditures, right? Any of For any of the companies out there, the main motive of a company is to generate profits, correct? All they have to do is making sure that the revenues are much higher than the expenditures, correct? So this particular website can definitely be of very important information. Now coming, we currently have another hot stock which we are going to provide to you, and I hope people are listening to this live streaming session. For people who are not, you're going to miss out on a lot. So we're going to talk about Muthoot Finance again. So Muthoot Microfinance, as it was discussed to you. One second, let me open it. Muthoot MF, right? Here, we had provided to you to go along at around 200. It is exactly the same, we were talking to you about adding a position at, at entry 2 to make money, correct? So we are planning to go along at 200, correct? The area where price is currently. So, let me update it on the Excel sheet and then we will continue, correct? So we are going to add it in our stock holdings, right? I hope people are paying attention to it. Today is the 30th, right? Let me change the date. Remember, we all have to do this on a real-time basis. Let me open my Excel sheet to show you, correct? 1 second. All right, I hope people can see my screen, correct? Now, so we have 30th as per today. Today's 30th. We are looking to go long for Muthoot Finance, all right? Give me a minute. So we are planning to go again. Remember, this is another entry that we are providing to you is around the area of 200, with our first target going to be at around 210, 215, and with our second target at around 225, 235. All right. Don't worry, we are going to let you know the 5% target. We are in no rush, but make sure that you are focusing, right? This has been provided to you yesterday, but for people who haven't, attended yesterday's live streaming session, we are providing you with the current hot stock opportunity, right? So Muthoot Finance entering at 200, right? And let me show you on the chart. I hope people are able to understand. I'm showing it to you based as and how we get a hot stock opportunity, right? We want to make sure that we showcase the public on a real-time basis, right? 30th of October, listed on the NSE, Muthoot Finance, around 200 is where we are planning, where currently the price is. First target at 210, second target at around 225. Let's look at the charts. I hope people have understood where to enter, which stock to look at, and what direction to go, right? If you have any doubt, if you have any query, or if you want a screenshot of the details of the trade idea, the hot stock, please get back to my assistants and they will provide you with all the necessary information. I hope that is clear, correct? Let us go back to TradingView and see it on the charts. So this is currently Muthoot Finance. I hope people can see. So currently with an area at around 200, right? 200 plus or minus. This is the area. Currently price is around that area. Remember, we are not telling you to enter at 200. We are recommending currently where price is right now. It is a very good time to go long, correct? So price market around 200 level, and by taking this additional trade you are able to reduce your average price, right? If you're able to reduce your average price, the moment price reverses, you will start to make profits quicker. All right, so if you are going to enter at around 200, right, plus or minus, I'm going to show you where the 5% target for this particular trade is going to be at, and it's going to be at around 210, 211, right? So the 5%, let me put a line. Currently, where you see the average price around that area is the 5% target, right? 5% profit target. Let me put a line, a horizontal line. It's going to be at around 210, 210, 211, right? So let's keep it at 210.5. Let me change the color so people are can see. Let me delete all the other irrelevant. I hope people can see my screen clearly. Let me delete the arrow. Currently, as you can see where I have mentioned the 5% profit target, it's going to be at around 210.5 for people who are taking trade on Muthoot Finance for the first time, who are like, okay, we were not able to, enter at your entry one, but now we are attending a live streaming session and we want to enter right now. So to all those people, this is currently your entry two or your entry. Let me keep it as entry. All right. I don't want to confuse people. This is your current entry. All right. This is your current entry, and we expect prices to continue up from this particular area. I hope people are able to understand. The moment is able to hit the 5% target, which is going to be around 210 to 11. So we are taking the mid mark, 210.5. So let me update it on the Excel sheet as well. So we are going to make sure that our profit taking target lies at around 210.5. All right, I hope people are able to understand. We provide you with hot stocks. All right, we want to showcase our credibility, our performance on a real time basis. Remember, this is not done after the market closes, or if the market has done something. Remember, we are taking all these trades on a lifetime, on a real time basis, right? Trades that are currently running and trades that have generated profits. Understand, we're trying to make it as clear as possible. Everyone who is coming to this particular live streaming session is coming with the main motive of making money. I hope people are able to understand. No one is coming in this current life. Everyone is busy, right? Everyone has their own, you know everyone is very, 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 very busy in their life. So we are trying to make it as simple as possible. We are trying to showcase that if you want to make money, you can look at the results which are provided to you on a lifetime basis, all the way starting from 18th of September to 23rd. Remember, in a span of almost a month and a half, we are sitting at an overall profitability of 97. Yes, we have running trades as well, and as and how we get better opportunities to improvise and take additional positions to make money, we will let you know. I hope people are able to understand. Correct. So currently, today's trade idea, Muthoot Microfinance. All right, I hope people are able to understand. We have already given you a trade recommendation to enter at around 200, around the 200 area mark. Our 5% target is going to be at around 210. First target. So I mean, a 5% target is the first target itself, right? So 210, 215 is when you can start to close trades, right? And 225 for people who are like, how did you come to the 210 value in terms of profit target? Currently, where we have provided you with the entry opportunity, from there, if you draw the bar, oh, sorry, let me show it to you on TradingView. If we have provided you with the trading opportunity for Muthoot Finance at 210 area, currently using the scale and dragging it towards the upside, you can see where the measurement tool is notifying 5.07%. So it is an area, approximate area. The moment price is able to reach that area, you have achieved 5% target. I hope people are able to understand. And as and how, we will show you real examples of how we have provided and how we have been able to make profits as well. All right. So in terms of looking at Give me a minute. In terms of looking at how we provide you trade opportunities, how are the trade opportunities overall performing, how do we mitigate, how do we reduce the exposure to trades by taking additional trades to make quick money. We provide you with all these analysis. I hope people are able to understand. One of our members in the group, yeah, Sophia, right? So she is making around 50%. Remember, she is not making 97. So people are like, wow, but you are talking about 97% profitability. Please understand that when we talk about profitability, we are talking of profitability of trades that have been closed. For someone who has been with us since the beginning and has taken all the trades mentioned, they are currently have booked, they have been able to book profits worth 97 profitability. What does it mean? If you had started or if you have traded with around 1000 rupees, you are sitting at a total value of 1970 rupees. If you had invested 1 lakhs, you would be sitting at 1 lakh 99,070. You get the point. If you are traded with 1 crore, you would be almost hitting the double digit mark, right? Double of what you had started with. These are the current trades which have been closed, as well as we have trades which are currently running. So we want to be very clear, we want to be very open. So please make sure, people, we are planning to add an additional trade on Muthoot Microfinance. I hope people are able to understand. I hope people are able to get a good understanding of what we are doing, how we are doing, and what is the reason behind why we are doing it, correct? For people who want to be like, okay, could you provide us a little more details on Muthoot Finance from a fundamental perspective? Let us try to look at Muthoot Finance from a fundamental perspective. Muthoot Microfin, all right. So currently, as you can see, the valuation can be considered moderately valued. Remember, when it comes to fundamental analysis, a lot of we will talk about it on this particular website, but I have to get it clear, in terms of what fundamental analysis all is basically boiling down to. Fundamental analysis, let me remove the watermark. Fundamental analysis is basically based on intrinsic value. I hope people are able to understand this. If not, do not worry, because when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, correct? So intrinsic value is basically what the value that I am getting from purchasing a stock. All right, I hope people are able to understand. People, the entire crux of fundamental analysis resides in this. What is the intrinsic value? How much value I am able to get from a particular stock? Let me give you a very simple example in terms of I hope people, for those men out there, right? We love to have our haircuts. We love to visit our barbers, in terms of, getting a good haircut, looking fresh, looking sharp, looking dapper, all right? But now you go to two different barber places. You go to a barber place who's a barber shop who is, giving you a good haircut for maybe 100 rupees, right? And he's giving you a good massage. He's giving you, additional benefits. So for 100 rupees that you have paid, you have got good amount of value. So you have got intrinsic value, right? You have got more value than what you have paid for. On the other hand, you are planning to, talk about, go to a barber shop who is charging you 500 rupees, right? But he doesn't cut your hair properly, he messes up, and he doesn't even provide you additional benefits. So you feel that you have paid more for the value that you are getting, correct? So similarly, when we are looking at fundamentals, correct? When you're looking at fundamentals, it's very important. The basic crux of fundamental analysis lies in, am I able to purchase a stock, at a better value? All right. Am I able to buy a particular stock at a better value? Remember, price is what you see on the chart, but ultimately it's the value that will decide the price of the stock in the future. All right. If the value of the stock is good, If the potential of the company is good, the price has to go up, and vice versa. If they are not providing you with good value, if they're not providing you with strong fundamental, numbers, the numbers are not strong to portray the company can sustain in the future, the price is going to go down. So that is an entire crux of what fundamental analysis is, right? We are going to look at certain, people look at, PE ratios. What is PE ratio? Now don't get confused with TTM. TTM stands for trailing 12 months. So an average of the last 12 months. We just want to understand that PE ratio, profit to earning, how much profit is the company able to generate, correct? As well as the PB ratio, how much profits the company is able to generate based on the book value. So certain terms and terminologies are going to be used quite a lot, right? We are going to discuss a lot about it. Do not worry, but I hope that people have taken today's hot stock trade recommendation. Please, guys and girls, men and beautiful women, you have to make sure that you keep following the steps that we are providing to you. We are trying our best to showcase our credibility. Our main focus is not the Indian share market. Our main focus lies in the forex and CFD markets, right? But since we are entering into the Indian share market, since we are entering into the Indian territory, we want to make sure that we can showcase our credibility in the local stock market. That is the Indian share market. And if we can be very good in the Indian share market, you can be rest assured that we can be much better in the international markets, the forex and CFD markets, right? The gold markets as well. This particular website even goes, remember, we are looking at the free version, so it's going to be very basic, right? There is not much of data that you can unlock, but once you go pro, you can unlock all the details. In terms of price forecast, the current price forecast is at this value, revenue forecast, earnings per share value, so on and so forth. Then we come on to certain things which, besides looking at the intrinsic value, people are like, okay, Harsh, we understand what is intrinsic value. What value is the company providing for the cost it is offering at, right? If you're looking at this particular example of Muthoot Microfinance, currently for 203 rupees, and you can buy one share of Muthoot Finance. So how much value is Muthoot Finance able to provide me if I'm willing to purchase one share at the rate of 203 rupees? That is exactly what intrinsic value boils down to. I hope people are able to understand. If people are able to understand, put a thumbs up. All right. The second thing that we try to focus on is the balance sheet. I hope people understand overall what a balance sheet is, with all the numbers, assets, liabilities, so on and so forth. We just want to make sure from a perspective of fundamental analysis based on the balance sheet, are the current assets increasing? Remember, assets are goods, products. Assets are those which are adding revenue, right, to the company, and liabilities are what is adding burden, like debt, loans. These are liabilities that you have to borrow, and assets are the company itself, the infrastructure, the resources it has, so on and so forth. So asset and liabilities, they go hand in hand. But it is very important to understand from a fundamental perspective that overall, in compared to the last couple of years, the assets should be increasing and the liabilities should be decreasing. I hope people can see my hand. Assets should be increasing and liabilities should be decreasing. All right. Now, looking at this current Muthoot Microfinance from a fundamental point of view, you can currently see for the last couple of years, right? Remember, it goes back all the way till 2016. The more number of years you go back to, the more data you'll have. But is that data good or bad? You can comment down. Too much of data, too much of anything is also bad. So let's look at the last 3 years, correct? We're going to look at 2022, 2023, and 2024. Currently, as you can see, the values have been increasing, right? In terms of current assets. Current assets are those that they currently have as of now, right? Not what they expect to get into the future and so on and so forth. Current assets are slightly on the marginal rise, right? Then when it comes to current liabilities have been, plus or minus appreciating. So they have been more or less neutral. The values was at around 216 in the year 2022. Right now it's sitting at 328 in the last financial year 2023, but now it's again reduced. So they are still maintaining their current liabilities, right? So for this, you get a good idea that yes, the company is having, the current assets are increasing and the liabilities are not, if not increasing, they are still neutral or they are decreasing slightly. So one is to look at the intrinsic value. The second thing is to look at the balance sheet. And the third thing is to look at the cash flow. How much of cash is the company handling? All right. Very important for any company that is growing in its, that is growing in nature, always should be having a surplus of cash flow, right? So net change in cash in the last couple of, remember we are talking of the last 3 years, right? So it was at 186 in the year 2022. It had fallen down to 53 in the year 2023, but it has risen again to 198. So the flow of cash is appreciating, right? Which is a good sign. So when you have these fundamentals which have been checklisted that yes, you are good to go, then we come back to the charts. And how we come back to the charts is looking on your broker. We are looking at TradingView to provide you with analysis, but you can look at whichever broker you use, whether you're using Zerodha, whether you're using Sharekhan, whether you're using Okay Paisa Vasool. There are so many, right? You get the point. Whichever broker you're using, you can go. Make sure to keep your account open. Remember, for placing these trades, go make sure people are taking trades. Make sure you're present. You're showcasing that yes, we are entering in the chat box. Please talk about it. That yes, Harsh, we have entered Muthoot Finance. We are present. We are learning from you, and we are following your steps. So please make sure to present yourself in the chat box. You can say like, "Hi Harsh, I have entered." Write down. Remember the information or the content we are providing is not just for listening sake. If you can see our potential and if you believe that yes, Harsh, I have not been making money in the past, but I believe that Harsh and Dolphin Markets can provide me with the right set of analysis to make me money, so I will follow them and I will take their recommendations. And if you take, I'm not even telling it in the air, you can see it on, you can see the potential that we are offering. Remember, these are thoroughly analyzed, and once the trade has given a profit target, we are showcasing it on our stock tracking sheet, and that is sitting right now at a 97. You are getting the best of everything, right? I mean, current trades which are running are so few. Hardly. How many are there? Less than around just 15 compared to the trades that have been closed, 27. So please, we are not saying that we are making money on all trades, but we are making money on a large majority of trades. And if Sophia, who is a member of our community, is able to sit at 50%, right? I hope people can see, man, 50% on based on an overall profitability of 97%. So please understand, the potential that we are able to offer. Let's quickly look at what the Nifty, what the Sensex are trying to showcase, because we did talk about the individual stocks. Do not worry, we have a lot of other stocks that are also running. I hope people have taken Muthoot Finance, Microfinance, and RBL Bank, right? The values are rising. For people who have entered, are doing good. What are they doing? They are making money, right? Mr. Lee, I hope you are very clear in terms of which sectors are performing well. Sectors such as banking, financial services sectors, FMCG, and the auto sector are doing pretty well as of now. A quick look at what the Nifty is showing. Let me put the watermark on again. All right, so today still there was a bearish sentiment at the market open, but today, as you can see, there is currently 12 o'clock Indian Standard Time. There is bullish sentiment pouring into the market as well. Correct? People are very well aware that we provide you with certain graphs to get an overall understanding of how the entire sentiment is performing as of now. So in terms of sentiment, you can see we were having more bearish sentiment in the last couple of weeks, but please bear in mind it is reducing. We had a bearish sentiment of almost around 50% last week. From 50 it came to 48. from 48. Today, right now as we speak, it is sitting at 44. So please be aware about what is happening in terms of bullishness. Last week the bullish sentiment was just at around 8 or maybe 6%. Then last this week it started at around 10. Today it's sitting at 14. I hope people are able to understand. The sentiment is slightly reducing from the bearish sentiment to the bullish. But overall, numbers don't lie, and since the number of the bearish sentiment is higher, the Nifty index is still showing as a a bearish sentiment overall. I hope people are able to understand. But nonetheless, we can clearly see the values of bearishness are reducing and the values of bullishness sentiment are rising, correct? So this is what Nifty is currently showcasing. What about Sensex? Sensex currently is showcasing a similar picture. Remember, the Nifty and Sensex are like siblings. The Nifty is the elder sibling. The Sensex is the younger sibling. Wherever the elder sibling goes, the younger sibling goes along with it. All right. With the occasional times of the smaller sibling pulling the elder sibling to go somewhere else, But majorly, on an average, the prices always what Nifty does, Sensex follows it. So as you can see, there is bullish sentiment as of today. Let's look at some reports in terms of what the price is doing, what the markets are showing, to be updated in terms, because we need to be aware of articles as well, right? It's not just fundamentals and technicals, but to understand in terms of okay, what the market has done, what is the current news updates that the market is showing, so on and so forth. Today we have some of the big blue chip companies like L&T, Lawson and Toubro, Tata Power and Dabur, right? So again, for these companies, we are going to have a lot of uncertainty. Yesterday we had, we had around 100 companies which had, come out with their quarterly two earnings, and Maruti was one of them, right? I hope people are aware of Maruti. Like I have had two Marutis in the past, right? I had a Maruti Zen and I had a Maruti 800, right? So I still have, clear memories of me having that car. So let's look at TradingView. Apparently, the financial earnings, the quarterly earning report had been marvelous compared to its previous, and the market has, taken into consideration and has been doing pretty well. So yesterday, I'm sorry, yes, the market, see the way they have been starting to pick up in terms of strength, based on the quarterly earning reports, it showcases that, the if the sentiments are good, if the numbers are good, if the earning reports are good compared to the the opinions or the past quarterly earnings, there is generally a bullish consensus in the market, right? We even talked about how SBI had overperformed, compared to its earnings, and it had been shooting through the roof, right? When earning reports exceed investors' expectations. And at the same time, we did talk about Indus Bank, another bank, but when the quarterly earning reports do not match with the opinions and judgments of traders, investors, or does not match the historical performance, that is when we have disappointing days as well, right? Looking at quickly at which other, so please people, I hope they have make sure to take a trade on this particular hot stock that we are providing to you. We are trying to give you the best opportunities possible for people. Remember, let me just quickly show it to you on MT, on our PPT, and that is here. So in terms of entry, Muthoot Finance, we have already given you an entry level at 200 with our first target, which is the 5% level, right? Around 210 to 215, yeah? Wherever based on where the price, where you have currently entered, based on that area, we are looking at a 210 to 215 as price level where you can start to hit 5%, all right? And then we have even given you a second target for a reason, there is strong potential movement in the upside, you can make more. But nonetheless, if price does approach the 210, 215 area, we are going to make sure to remind you, we are going to make sure to notify you. My team of assistants will make sure to inform you beautiful people that yes, the price has approached the 5% target area, and you can start to close positions and make money. All right. I hope people are able to understand. I hope people are getting a good understanding. We even talked about RBL Bank. Please make sure, when, sorry, let me just show it to you on TradingView. So we did talk about Muthoot Finance. For people who have entered, please be aware that yes, make sure to take action. Make sure to click the button. Remember, you are here to make money. I can provide you analysis. I can do very good analysis, but the ultimate motive for you is what? To make money, to know which you can even ask me about your questions, your queries in terms of Harsh, what do you think for this particular stock? You can come back to me and ask, Harsh, I have a feeling of maybe I had taken a decision to enter in XYZ stock. Could you have a look and could you give me your analysis? And I will help you out. So please, but for that, you have to write down in the comment box and let me know. All right. So Muthoot Finance is already doing good, making money. RBL Bank is also doing very good for people who have taken the call to enter. They have started to make money. The average price is plus or minus around 183. People who are already entered are already sitting at around 5.5%, right? So people who have entered, they have already made 5%, all right? Remember, we keep adding, but since we have an additional entry on top, we have to wait till the average price and then only we can update the Excel sheet. But for people who have entered on the second trade over here, right? For people who have entered at the location that I have mentioned, you are sitting on money, 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 all right? Then we even had certain other trades such as, let's look at, so we had talked about Poonawalla. So Sophia, if you have this particular trade running, just make sure if it comes around break even, because currently based from a technical point of view, the price is still going down. Yes, the prices had extended. Remember, the prices had extended severely. So once there is an extension, there is always a correction, correct? I hope people are able to understand this. When prices deviate, or they drift very away from the median price, the price overall, the median price, that is the time when prices again correct back, right? And how people will be asking, but how do we know how far price has gone from the median price? Do not worry, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, right? All you have to do is go to indicators, put moving average. You can use a simple moving average or you can use an exponential moving average, right? So give me a minute. You can put a moving average. I hope people can see the moving average. Let me make it darker. Whew. Darker. 1 second. Let me go to the settings. Let me change to maybe 20. Let me change the style, make it more thicker. Let me change the color to blue is also fine. All right. I hope people are able to understand. So now people would be like, but Harsh, how are you able to, understand how far the price has moved from the average price? That is the reason we use the moving average. I hope people can see this line, correct? Moving average is nothing but the average price of the last X number of candles. Now people would be like, what is X? X is the period that you decide. For example, if I double click on the indicator and I go to inputs, you have something called as length. So length is nothing but the number of candles it will calculate. Based upon the number of candles, it will do the calculation and it will plot the moving average. If I put 5 or 4, the moving average will get very dynamic because it is considering only the last 5 candles. But if you're going to put something like 20, so we're going to use an average moving average of 20. Now people are like, but why 5, why 20? It is subjective. Me being a technical trader, I have understood that 20 is a good number to go with to understand the overall general consensus. Because if I'm looking at the daily chart, correct, I hope people can see. If I'm looking at the daily chart and I'm looking at an average of 20 days, I hope people are aware that let me, this watermark is irritating, correct? Let me just remove it. Now I hope people are aware that there are 21 or 22 working days in a month, right? So the reason people ask me like, Harsh, why 20? Why not 10? Why not 14? Why not 100? Why not 200? So there are approximately 21 or 22 working days in a month. So when I'm looking at this current moving average, right? If I'm putting 20, I'm getting an average of what is the monthly price, what is the monthly price for a typical month. Remember, I'm looking at the daily time frame, so it's considering the last 20 days, right? 20 working days. The markets are closed on Saturdays and Sundays, so there is no charts, there is no activity on the charts, correct? So approximately I'm getting on a monthly basis. So if you notice that from the moving average, the prices have, this is the moving average. I hope people can see my mouse, right? So if this is the moving average, the prices have fallen quite significantly, correct? The prices have fallen quite significantly from where the moving average is. Now when certain scenarios take place where price is highly, deviated from the moving average, a correction is meant to occur. A correction as in it will get back to the moving average, right? So the more far price goes away from the moving average, the higher the probability for price to return back to the moving average. And we should have looked on this particular trade, but nonetheless, right? We have so many trades running. We have made a profitability of 97 percentage, right? So that is huge, correct? So people, I hope you are able to understand the entire motive of a moving average is to keep prices close to it when prices are away from the moving average. I hope people can see. Let me change the color to orange, or let me change it to black. When prices are away from the moving average, initially, eventually the prices have to come back to the moving average. So the more, further price goes away from the moving average, initially it has to come back, because the prices have to maintain a healthy state of balance. So if they are away from the moving average, they will again come back to the moving average. If they go again away from the moving average, they will again come back to the moving average. I hope people are able to understand. So currently, based on this current factor, the prices had been away from the moving average, right? The prices had been away from the moving average, so they have returned to the moving average. So we should have provided you an entry somewhere here. We did not provide you, okay, but no problem, because there's so many points, so many stocks, so many trading opportunities that keep occurring. But if you would have provided, the price has moved by 30%, right? 30% price movement. So understand, people, you have a possibility to make such strong returns as well. I hope people are getting a good understanding of what things are running, how things are running, why it is running, why it is not running. Our main entire focus is to showcase our potential in terms of showing that yes, we are able to provide you with consistent profits, right? It is not making profits on one or two trades, it is making consistent profits over a period of time, correct? So as you can see, it's not one, it's not two trades that we are talking, but almost 27 trades in a span of 1.5 months to give you a profitability of 97. Again, just want to make a quick reminder that today's hot stock for the day has been Muthoot Finance. For people who have entered, great. For people who have not entered, why are you waiting? Please make sure you take trades on this. Any doubts, any queries into, or if you want the details of this particular trade, if you wanted to, on your WhatsApp, my team of assistants will provide you with all the required details. So please make sure to, ask them in terms of, or they will provide it to you by themselves. So here is today's hot stock idea. I hope people have taken action. Remember, the entire crux, the entire money can be made only by taking action. Everyone wants to tell me, all right, tell me one thing. How many people want to make money, right? I hope all of you want to make money, correct? But how many of you are willing to put the work and put action, to make? You cannot make money from thin air. You have to make money by taking action, by taking risk, by following our trade recommendations. Remember, we have certain trades that are currently running, but we also have trades that we have closed at good profitability, right? A profitability of 6, sometimes a profitability of 10. People living in India are very clear about, or are, understanding that we only, I mean, they might be aware in terms of, but Harsh, we only know about fixed deposits, which provide us 5% in 1 year, 5% profit in 1 year. Here we are providing you 97 percentage, 97 profitability rate at almost a month and a half, not even 2 months, and we are sitting at 97. People, take this opportunity. All these services that we are providing to you are completely free as of now. Remember, we are already well established in Hong Kong, Australia, and the UK. If we were to provide you with these services, if you were living in these countries, we would be charging you very our service charges are very expensive. We would be making you, pay an upfront fee of around $10 to $20,000. I mean, people, we are giving you, good amount of information. We are giving you value at zero cost, because we want to showcase our potential to the Indian market. If we can perform well in the Indian markets, we can perform well in the international markets and the forex and CFD markets. I hope people are able to understand, right? I hope no one is sleeping. I hope people are, uh, learning, because it's so important to understand in terms of what is happening. Why does Harsh keep coming again and again to inform you about, our trading strategies? Because we want to showcase our potential. It's so important to showcase what we bring to the table, right? So please be aware, right? Please be aware and please be informed that yes, we are able to perform. We have been performing consistently, and we will keep performing, right? So be a part of this trading session. Make sure to keep attending all our live streaming sessions. We are sitting here from Monday till Friday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? I make sure to be present with you, and make sure to keep attending all the three live streaming sessions. I provide you with live streaming sessions, and during the morning hours, like the one we are having right now. Then we do have it with the second live streaming once the market is going to close, and third but not the least, we have it once the market is closed. Mr. Lee is writing, I want the nice background. All right, Mr. Lee, your wish is my command, and here you have, right? So, sorry, sometimes, because we have, our live streaming sessions for 1.5 hours. Sometimes we do have, ads, because we are still using certain products, which are based on ads. So sometimes we do have issues, but I hope you can see our background, and I hope you are having a good day. All right. So I hope people have learned something. I hope I'm able to provide you with good amount of information. Let me quickly have a quick summary as to what we have discussed today. Let's get back to TradingView. We talked about certain trades which we have, been placed. We had looked at Hindoil. I hope people who have taken entry at Hindoil, remember the price is coming close to average at around 210, right? So for people who have entered, are currently sitting at almost an 8 to 9% profitability. I mean, for people who have taken this trade, who have taken only this current trade, are making good money, right? But since we have had trades, which have been discussed earlier, the average price remains at 210. But see, it's very close to 210. So you can start to get back to break even. Then we talked about Muthoot. Muthoot is where we have provided you with today's hot stock idea as well. For anyone who's come late to the live streaming session, if you want the information of what it is about, what is the current scenario, what are the levels at which to enter, where to enter, and please bear in mind, whenever we provide you with a trading opportunity, we are telling you to go at 10 to 15% of position size, right? So what value you have in your account, we are not telling you to go all in. We are telling you to, just uh, position, just compartmentalize 10 to 15% and then take trades, right? We do not believe in gambling. We are providing you with analysis based on risk management, right? We are not gambling. We are not trying to make your account double or triple in one, two trades. We are providing you with consistent, trades on almost a regular basis at around 10 to 15. So please bear in mind, whenever we provide you with a hot stock opportunity, please make sure to go at around 10 to 15%, right? Nothing more than that. So for people who have taken the trade opportunity are already making good amount of money at around 2.5%. Our average, our first target, profit target lies at around 210 to 15 area. So we hope that people can start making money on this. We even talked about RBL Bank. I'm pretty sure that for people who have taken are already sitting on good amount of money. They're sitting at around 5% profitability on this particular trade. We had provided you with an entry earlier, but our average price is right now at around 183. The moment price enters the 183 area mark, we would be starting to break even and even start making money, correct? Then we even talked about Poonawalla, correct? As Sophia was mentioning, Poonawalla had a very strong fall, all right? But like I had mentioned, you can use the moving average and figure out if price has fallen away from the moving average, the tendency for price to return back to the moving average also increases, correct? So I hope if this trade comes to your break-even area, I would suggest you to close the trade, come out at break-even. All right, it did not perform the way we expected to, but nonetheless, right, you can close it at break-even and look for better trading opportunities, right? Because we keep providing you with trading opportunities on a regular basis, correct? We even looked at the overall, fundamentals, how fundamentals affect price, correct? Remember, fundamentals are based on past data, right? Data based on the past couple of years. So, but still, a fundamental analysis is very important, correct? Mr. Lee is writing, where is it? Where is what, Mr. Lee? We still have a beautiful scenery going back, correct? So I hope you're able to look at the screen at the back of me and enjoy the beautiful sceneries taking place, right? We looked at the fundamental analysis and we had provided you with the website www.tickertape.in, right? It provides you with all the fundamental analysis of any stock listed on the National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange, right? Now, we even talked about how the intrinsic value of a stock affects price, how the balance sheet affects the price of a stock, and how the cash flow affects, right? We always want to make sure that there is more revenue coming. The revenue should be increasing and the cost should be less than the revenue, right? Cost will be there, right? A company needs cost for managing business, for running business, but at the same time revenue should be going higher. In terms of cash flow, we always want to make sure that there is surplus of cash coming into the company. Surplus of cash depicts that yes, the company has cash to sustain itself in its operations and providing salary to its employees, so on and so forth. So we have provided you with a lot of information based on all these based on this website with all those details covered up, right? And then we quickly did have a look at what the Nifty is showing and what the Sensex is showing. Yes, it did start on a bearish note as of today, but nonetheless, we can still see that today there has been slightly, the prices were slightly bearish initially, but they are starting to turn bullish. So we expect overall to have a bearish. Remember, like Mr. Lee had mentioned, which sectors are performing well: the auto sector, the bank sector, the financial services sector, as well as the FMCG sector. The fast moving consumer goods sectors have been performing well. So I hope I've been able to give you an entire summary. We covered so much, right? Some days if we do not have opportunities, I will be talking a lot about other aspects, but today was a very good day. The markets are, are turning to be a little optimistic. There is bullish sentiment that we can start to see, presence of bullish sentiment. And we discussed so much, and we did provide you with a hot stock. So for people who have taken it, good. For people who have not taken it, you have to start taking action. All right, make sure to keep attending all our live streaming sessions. The second live streaming session will cover up with more hot stocks, right? More trading opportunities. Since the markets are running up and moving, we will make sure to analyze the markets and provide you with better trading opportunities every day, right? We will try to do our best to provide you with more opportunities on a regular basis. And so make sure you attend our second live streaming session, right? So I hope everyone has a great day. I hope people have a great afternoon, and looking forward to everyone joining for our second live streaming session, right? So until then, take care and see ya. Bye bye.